Ladies and gentlemen, we have 5 more days of our 32 teams in 31 days. It's been a wild month of July, getting ready for the preseason. Next week, we are starting our first preseason game on the 3rd. I'm so excited for it. I hope you are as well. Welcome to the channel. Shout out to all the watchers, listeners. Shout out to the Wrench Gang, the family. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs up, and of course, subscribe to the channel. We've got some interesting topics tonight, to say the least. So let's go ahead and get into it. Shout out to Faces on Fire. What up, man? What's going on with you, bro? Hope you're having a great evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we currently have a severe thunderstorm warning right now. So if the power goes out or anything crazy happens, it's not me. Just letting you guys know. But we should be good. We should be good. I made it through the storm in December where we had 6 feet of snow. And I still had my power. I still had my internet. And I was all good to go. So not too worried. But there's always a chance. So just got to throw that out there. With that said, speaking about chances, what's the chance of the U.S. government actually saying something in regards to what we've been contemplating on, creating theories about, and, you know, just having a wonderful insight about this kind of stuff is really crazy. I remember as a kid, you know, you talk about UFOs and you go back and forth, you know, with your friends, and you share stories and just ideas, and you talk about Area 51, which I lived by at one point. Couldn't go anywhere near the base, but I definitely lived by it. And if you ever go out west, Nevada area, and you just drive in that area, you'll definitely see how ridiculous it is when it comes to security out there. With that said, there was a hearing in regards to a UFO sighting. I'm going to go ahead and roll the clip, and we'll just get right into it. This is absolutely interesting.
Intelligent extraterrestrials.
Something I can't discuss in public setting.
Okay, I can't ask when you think this occurred. If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
So let's stop it there. Biologics. All right. So in the story, there's basically saying from these crash sites, they have remains that are not of human. This is absolutely crazy, right? And it's not crazy in the sense of, oh my goodness, I never believed that there could be anything else existing out there. It's absolutely crazy that it's 2023 and they're basically just reporting on stuff that we've already kind of known. I mean, in a sense, I would like to think that in this big universe of what we could conceive, in which we can't conceive the universe because we don't know what's out there, there had to be other life forms. It would be, I think, asinine of us to really sit back and say we're the only species in the galaxy. But let's continue on.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
And was this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation I would have to talk to you in a skiff about.
Life doesn't.
So, yeah, there is a lot to say there. Hey, obviously I can't talk about this in a public setting, meaning I can't go over with you the findings that we have because they're most likely deemed classified. But it's just really wild to see that we're actually getting to the point in society to where this kind of stuff is actually being acknowledged after it's been hidden for so long. But let's go to the comments. Shout out to Dakota Cook, says E.T. Steven Spielberg knew. He knew. That's for sure. Tactical, what's up, man? It says the poll is at 100% yes out of 10 votes. Everybody's saying yes. Shout out to you guys. My opinion says already kind of known. You mean we've known? We've known. There's stuff out there. You know, we definitely have known. Griffin says, well, the Pentagon released a video about a UFO, if we remember correctly. Listen, there's been sightings since the 50s, 60s that they can actually, you know, that they photographed and documented. Pilots catching stuff in the air that shouldn't be there. All kinds of stuff, you know. It just really rings the question, like, why at this point are they okay with bringing this to our attention? Why are they okay with disclosing this information right now? And obviously, you guys know I don't like to be too political on the channel. I've got my beliefs. You have yours. I always feel like when something like this comes out, what else are we missing out on? What's the story that's over there that we're not really being shown? It's like, here, look at this. We're going to let you guys know that UFOs and aliens exist. So you don't know about this situation. I want to know about that situation over there, because this was too easy. It's too easy. But I'm going to read into the story. It says, asked by Republican Eric Burleson to substantiate the crashed UAP's claim, the former intelligence official said he could not divulge specific details, once again claiming the information was too sensitive to share with the public. So, hey, I'm going to let you know that we have some stuff, but it's too sensitive to share with you. We can't get specific about it, but just so you know, it exists. He did, however, describe the nature of what he saw. I have to be very careful here but what I personally witnessed myself and my wife was very disturbing. You can't make this up. This is absolutely amazing. It says a Pentagon spokesperson told NBC News that Grush's claims are false. So here we go. Officials must establish a safe and transparent reporting process. Some lawmakers and witnesses pushed the federal government to establish clear channels to communicate UAP information with both the public and the military, and said the military should establish a comprehensive reporting process for unidentified object sightings. Ryan Graves, a former Navy pilot, told the panel that military pilots do not feel adequately briefed on UAPs, which he said leaves them unprepared to respond to UAP encounters. Listen, we can only fathom what actually exists and what has been seen over the years, the decades, and times. Shout out to my man Jeff King. Something's coming. Listen, I'm just trying to fill you guys in on the news here. And if you're not reading between the lines, I'm not even trying to be that guy who comes to you tonight with the conspiracy theorists. But I'm telling you right now, when they release stuff like this, there's something else that we need to pay attention to. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Shout out to Tennessee Tactical, says, distraction, Jay. Jeff King, for us to believe we're the only intelligent beings in this entire universe is absolutely ignorant and arrogant. Exactly, Jeff. I literally just said that, you know. Whether you believe in God and you follow the Bible, whether or not you're an atheist, whatever you are religion-wise, to think that we're the only beings that exist is very, very unfortunate. And, you know, I would think that, you know, you definitely want to open your mind so that you can realize that I think there was things here way before we even got here, you know. But there you go. Shout out to Tennessee Tactical, says, prepare your hearts and homes. Listen, like I said, I tried not to go too much into the politics and all that kind of stuff. You know, the Earth's heating up. We're breaking heat records every week now. Listen, it's interesting stuff going on. And if you're not paying attention, right? If you're not paying attention, if you're just in la la land and you're not, you know, trying to read between the lines at least to a certain point, then you know, you're going to be caught blind in whatever's going to happen, whatever's going to come. I'm just going to say that. Griffin says, is it okay to be afraid and scared? No, it's okay to be informed and prepared. Once again, it's not okay to be afraid and scared. It's okay to be informed and prepared. I'm all about being prepared. Right? When Y2K happened, they were like, oh, it's the end of the world, Y2K. All right, cool. We're not going to freak out. We're going to prepare. And if it doesn't happen, hey, guess what? We just got extra stuff. Right? We got extra food. We got extra ammo. We're good. And if it doesn't happen, we got the stuff we probably needed anyways. It's just the reality of it. Shout out to Tennessee Tactical. You already know, bro. Samuel Arroyo says the Bible hasn't been wrong yet. If it's not in the Bible, it doesn't exist. Shout out to you, Samuel. You guys know I'm a firm believer in the Bible. So there it is. Stand on my word, man of my faith. And, whoever wants to debate with me, we can debate. You already know. For those who know me, y'all know I'm down to debate. I will go back and forth. I will hit you with scriptures. I will hit you with facts. And we could talk science. Whatever y'all want to do, we can do it. But just be prepared, because y'all know with me, it's facts over feelings all day, every day. So do I believe that obviously there are, extraterrestrial things out there that we don't know about yet? I do. And according to the poll, 77% of you guys do as well. So shout out to each and every one of you. All right. Off of the UFO stuff. Let's go ahead and get into these sports. Mr. Aaron Rodgers. Now, you guys know how I feel about Aaron Rodgers. I love the guy as a talent. He's great as a quarterback. He's done wonderful things with the Green Bay Packers. But the man is a diva. At least up until this point. Because now that he's with the Jets, he's making some changes. Let's go ahead and get into this one. And then I'll address you guys in the chat in a moment here.
Watching this, football fans around the country haven't seen a lot of Garrett Wilson, despite the fact that he was Offensive Rookie of the Year last year, because the Jets' offense was just so bad. There was almost no reason for them ever to be on red zone. But the reality is, like RC, he's that level of good, right? I mean, Garrett Wilson, this is no joke. Garrett Wilson's talent alone, and you've been watching him play since he was in high school.
Yeah, Garrett's been insanely talented since I met him as a outgoing junior, and he was going to go headed into his senior year. I think he's extremely explosive off the line of scrimmage. He's a guy that has an amazing catch radius because of the way that he can elevate and locate the football, and we're starting to see some of those things in some of the with him and Aaron Rodgers. But you saw them last year. You saw them at Ohio State. That's why he was a top 10 pick. And if we're just going off of measurables, right? And we're just going off of potential, then yeah, you definitely say this team looks like the 17 that is Devontae Adams. But Devontae Adams is a...
All right, so I thought they were just going to hop right into the Aaron Rodgers contract with Jets, but they're going over, wide receiver schemes and things like that with Aaron Rodgers. I wanted to get into this story specifically because it ties back into Mr. Aaron Rodgers being a diva and basically not willing to work with the Packers. And I actually made that video, I don't know, maybe it was like 6-7 months ago. But I basically said that I didn't like the fact that Aaron Rodgers was not willing to work with his rookie wide receivers to develop them so that they could become great. Tom Brady, a lot of people like to hate Tom Brady, but guess what? A lot of the wide receivers that he got, he worked with to help develop and make them better. You didn't have to give Tom Brady a pre-made team because he made that team. Now, you can say that he obviously went to the Buccaneers and then he had a made team. But no, Tom Brady had to basically develop the team that he had and then go be great. But let's get into this. So obviously, quarterback Aaron Rodgers has agreed to rework his contract with the New York Jets, taking a significant pay cut to help out his new team. Rodgers agreed to a 2-year, fully guaranteed $75 million contract with the Jets, a source told ESPN, confirming a report by NFL Network. It represents a pay cut of $33.715 million from the $108.7515 million he was still owed on the contract he signed with the Packers in 2022. He has not yet signed the rework contract, which is very important. A source told ESPN the agreement has been in place for weeks. All that awaits is Rodgers' signature. So this is why I can't give him too much credit yet, because he still hasn't signed it. The Jets' salary cap will be reduced by the same amount as his pay cut, which will allow the Jets to acquire far more talent than they would have been able to acquire under the contract assumed from the Green Bay Packers in April. No team sport player has ever revised his contract in such a team-focused way. And that's why I said it's very interesting that Mr. Rodgers does this. Now, he hasn't signed it yet, and I'm assuming he hasn't signed it yet because he wants to know what they're going to do with the money. And I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers, being the diva that he is, he's going to want to make sure that if he's going to basically take this cut. He wants to make sure that the money is being used for what he wants it used for in his own respect, so that it can work out in his favor for the team. So, yeah. All right, let me address some of these comments here. Where's it at? Says, I was at Bill Stadium today. It looks the same. Yeah, the new one's not gonna be up for a while, bro. It's gonna be a long time before the new one's up. What's up, Rodney? Shout out to you, man. My opinion is Baptist. What are you, Christian? Griffin Wellborn says, God created multiple galaxies. Kathy in the building. What's up, Kathy? How you doing? Bob, chariots of fire came from the skies. Don't make me pull out the book of Revelations, man. Don't make me do it, yo. I love Revelations. It's a whole different ball game when you get to the Revelations. Jeff King says, I got a case of Cabo Wabo and Ashton cigars, so stop on down. Shout out to you, Jeff. Let's go, yo. Man, Jeff's balling. Mr. King in the building. Griffin says, well, I think Aaron Rodgers is OG quarterback, but he can be a diva, but I think he needs to sign to a team in order to play, but if he is going to complain about the team and everyone. Listen, once again, it goes back to the issues that he has as being a leader, right? If you're going to be a leader, you're going to be okay with developing your backup. You're going to be okay with developing the offense. You're going to work with the rookies. You're even going to work with the guy who's coming up after you, right? And I feel like veteran quarterbacks don't want to do that because they feel like the next quarterback up is there to take their job or outshine them. But I just don't see why you wouldn't want to spend the time making your team better no matter what. But a lot of these guys are selfish, right? And I get it. They want a big contract. They want the money. They want the accolades and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like once you've got to a point where Aaron Rodgers is, you want to spend more time developing the next generation. But hey, that's just how I would do it. But that's just me. Shout out to Richard. What's up, Richard? Mr. Saccone in the building. It's been a while, Richard. How you been, man? Said, no aliens. It's us traveling with the time machine. So you mean to tell me you don't believe in aliens, but you believe in a time machine? Wow. All right. Tennessee Tactical says, I'm reading Revelations again. Please do. Revelations is it's that book. It is that book. If you want to get into some stuff and that really opens your mind and puts things into perspective as far as, how things could go read that book, because that is the one. Griffin, we'll get into that in a moment, my friend. We'll get into that in a moment. Continuing on, Rodgers confirmed the agreement Wednesday after practice, but wouldn't divulge the details of the deal. He said it would become official later in the day. The contract reflects what he has been saying in recent days, that he plans to play more than one season with the Jets. The team gave up significant pieces for it to just be a one-year deal. Rodgers, who will turn 40 in December, said, I'm aware of that. Anything could have happened with my body or the success we have this year, but I'm having a blast, so I really don't see this as a one-year and done thing. So there you go, right? I'm looking forward to see Aaron Rodgers as far as what he can do with these Jets. He has a complete team. He has solid wide receivers. He's got a good running back, good offensive line. So, hey, we'll see what happens. Shout out to my man Ronald. Big Ron in the house. What's up, Ronald? Shout out to you. Lutza in the building. What's up, Lutza? All right, I like the poll. The poll's shrinking now. Look at this. 21 votes. We're at 62% for Are Aliens Real? As we as we keep it going. Shout out to Scott. What's up, man? Let's go, yo. Let's go. All right, so Mr. Stefon Diggs, if you guys remember, was it 2 streams ago? I think so. 2 streams ago, we were talking about Mr. Diggs and, I mean, him being a diva, right? I'm not going to say a diva, but he was very emotional, right? And I would like to say he's definitely been a distraction in the locker room. And just, I want to say, you know, making the chemistry just off with your team is not something that you want to do. Go out there, ball out. You win, you lose. At the end of the day, you're a great player. Go out there and do what you need to do to win. Whining about it, bickering about it, you know, throwing your team under the bus, your coaching staff, your quarterback, all that kind of stuff, it's not going to make it any better. When you take accountability and you sit back and you focus on what you need to do to become a better player, guess what? You're most likely going to benefit from that more so to just griping about not winning. But hey, let's get into this story. Mr. Stefon Diggs.
I don't know if anybody has a family here. Everybody has family issues. Everybody has family problems in the house. Like, I was here. I did have a conversation with Coach, you know, and I like to keep things in-house. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a player in this, I've been in the league. I'm going on my 9th year right now. You know what I'm saying? I got more football behind me than I do in front of me. My main focus and my only focus is winning. Super Bowls is I mean, everybody say they want a Super Bowl, but we've had legitimate chances at this thing. Like, we've had the team, we've had the coaches, we've had everything that we needed. And as far as us not getting over the hump, I feel like it's always asked for a cause for a conversation. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to have a conversation, and we have an open door policy. Coach will tell you he has an open door policy.
So, okay, I can agree with that, right? If your team's doing bad or if it's not going the way that you would want it to go, winning-wise, right? It's good to have a conversation. It's good to get your team together and figure out a new strategy, come up with different ideas, and, you know, share your gripes and things like that from that point. But that's something that you want to do behind closed doors, right? You don't need to do that in front of the camera. You don't need to do that on a podcast. You don't need to do that on social media. You do that with your coaches. You do that with your teammates, and then you come out with the plan to become better. It's as simple as that. But when you throw a tantrum and you make it seem like there's issues that go above and beyond you just wanting to win, then that's where you have so many issues in the media and all these different stories. And then Josh Allen has to come and basically have your back, which he already does, but it makes him look like he has to stick up for you or kiss your butt to appease you, which I don't like that. But let's keep it going.
And I've had those conversations. So I try to keep a lot of things in-house. But, you know what I'm saying, as regarding last year, obviously the way we lost was just terrible in any regard. You know, you don't want to lose any game, but we've lost for a couple years at this point. And we've been trying to get over the hump, and obviously it calls for a lot of frustration. But all in all, like, as far as with that, I was here, but he did have a conversation. Me and him did have a conversation. It's all water under the bridge now. But I attribute it to, like, I mean, family matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like dancing around things. I don't like.
Okay. And if you attribute it to family matters, just like I said, you don't highlight and broadcast your family issues all over social media. You don't highlight and broadcast your family issues in front of everybody at work. You don't highlight and broadcast your family issues in front of the world. You handle those matters privately. You discuss them. You go over them. You fix them, and then you move on. You become better. It's that simple. Let's keep it going. Shout out to Tennessee Tactical, says, Jay, you aren't cutting him any slack. I appreciate that. Listen, we got to hold everybody accountable. You guys know that. Just like you guys hold me accountable when I slip up, or if I like mention a wrong stat, or if I say something crazy, you guys come for me. It's the same thing. Everybody has to hold everybody accountable. And especially when it comes to people who are looked up to, role models, whether you're an entertainer, athlete, whatever. These are the individuals that our kids are looking up to. So do you want to see your star wide receiver who's getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars have a complete meltdown on national TV? No. Well, let's keep it going.
Like those kind of questions. Black and white is everybody has family matters. We had a conversation. Everything is all is well. Water on the bridge. Now we back at work. And, you know, I look at football, it's kind of hard. It's a business at the end of the day. But when you go out there and you fight tooth and nail, you put a lot of sweat equity into this thing, it starts to feel like a family. So for me, I kind of keep everything in the house, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we had those conversations, everything that needed to be said was said, and we talked it out as men, everybody involved.
All right. That's
we engage in
that's it. I don't like at the end there how he said they kept it in house, because we know that they didn't keep it in house. That's why you had Josh Allen and Sean McDermott saving face for weeks. This isn't just a new conversation we've been having. We've been talking about this since last season. So it wasn't in house, but all right, we're just gonna go ahead and move on from that, because like I said, you guys get the message. If you have issues with your team, with what's going on, and you're upset because you guys aren't winning, keep that actually in-house and within your team. And that's going to be it. Shout out to Griffin, says, so is Stefon Diggs going to the Saints. Shout out to Rodney, says, we love you, brother. We got you 100 Hoodie J. Shout out to you, Rodney. I love you guys too, man. For real. Each and every one of you guys for support me and rock with me. Shout out to the day ones, all the new ladies and gentlemen who are, tuning in. This is going to be technically our third season. Technically. Because you guys know I started like a long time ago, but I've like rebranded the channel and did some different things and switched some things around. But this is actually our third season. And over the course of, I want to say between the first and second, we went from 5,000 subscribers to 53,000 subscribers. And without you guys, it wouldn't have happened. So I definitely appreciate each and every one of you through the ups and the downs, all the great moments and the successes of the channel. And without you guys, it wouldn't be possible to be here. So I do appreciate each and every one of you. Looking forward to, getting over that 100,000 subscribers. That'll be absolutely crazy. And getting that silver award, that silver plaque. And I'm sure we'll get there. Maybe this season, maybe like a little bit after it may happen. But, hey, I'm looking forward to it. And I'm sure it'll be something to celebrate with you guys. All right. Let's keep it going. Since over the past couple months, there has been no shortage of things said about Stefon Diggs, from speculation on his unhappiness to teammates and coaches being asked about his participation or lack thereof in voluntary and mandatory workouts. But as the Buffalo Bills kick off training camp Wednesday, the wide receiver sat down for his first news conference since the 2022 regular season and cleared the air. Over 20-plus minutes, Diggs called the issues and conversations that led to his absence for one mandatory minicamp practice last month a family matter, and said it was all water under the bridge. I'm glad to hear that. I am. I hope that it's really under the bridge, for sure. I've been in the league on my 9th year. Right now, I've got more football behind me than I do in front of me. My main focus and my only focus is winning Super Bowls. I mean, everybody says they want a Super Bowl, but we've had legitimate chances at this thing, Diggs said. We've had everything that we needed as far as us not getting over the hump. I feel like it's always asked for or cause for a conversation, and I've always wanted to have a conversation, and we have an open door policy. So there you go. Shout out to Griffin Wellborn coming through with a $9.99 super chat donation. Shout out to you, Griffin. Thank you for the $10 donation. I do thank you for the support. We got to bring out Ric Flair on that one. We haven't had Ric Flair out in a while. Shout out to Richard, says silver by November. We'll see, man. It's definitely going to be an exciting time. Mr. Ric Flair, where are you at? There it is. Thank you for the support, Griffin. Thank you for the $10 donation, my friend. So yeah, I mean that's basically gonna be it for Stefon Diggs. On the flip side, obviously, I've got my gripe out the way and how I feel about the back and forth and the issues and discussions and things like that. My biggest thing is I definitely want to see him be great. I want to see him go out there and ball out, have a great year, get over 1,000 yards, get 6 or 7 touchdowns. I want to see Gabe Davis ball out, same thing, and just go out there and win. Have a good time. Remember that, you're playing a game that you love. And if you win, you lose. At the end of the day, you're still playing the game that you enjoy and that you love. Samuel says, Jay, where are you from in Buffalo? Yeah, I'm from the east side. but you never know that. You never know that. Yeah, I'm from the east side, born and raised, but I've lived all around the country. So, shout out to Ronald coming through, Big Ron, my man, coming through with the $10 donation as well. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the donation, Mr. Ronald. Thank you for the support, my friend. What's up, Kathy? How you been? Kathy in the building. All right, so next up, ladies and gentlemen, as we move forward with the show here, these New Orleans Saints. Now, obviously, we know that Andy Dalton was at the end of his career, or towards the end of his career, as he went over with those Saints. And, you know, he tried, but I think his better days were past him, obviously. You know, he tried his best, lost some games. Winston was over there, tried. I mean, the Saints just have not been able to relive, you know, the days of Drew Brees and that Saints glory. And, you know, moving forward, the real question is, can Mr. Derek Carr do it now, right? He's coming over from the Raiders. He felt like he was underappreciated, in which Derek Carr did play decent, but for what he had, I don't think he really had much over there, right? Defense wasn't too good. You had a wide receiver in Adams, and then you had Josh Jacobs for your running back. So, what are you going to do? You know, obviously every team can't win. The pieces have to be in place. And that's kind of the issue that the Saints are having. But the real question is right now, can the Saints do anything this year? That's why you guys are here. That's what we're going to talk about. And we're going to get into it. Shout out to you, Rodney. What up, man? Griffin says, I feel bad for the Saints. Let's go. Let's get into it. As far as your depth chart, your starters for the Saints, obviously Derek Carr is going to be your quarterback. On the second, it's going to be Jameis Winston. Third, Jake Haener. And then Taysom Hill on the fourth. Listen, shout out to Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill is your multi-purpose tool. Swiss Army knife. The man can throw the ball. He can run. He can catch. He'll play some defense for you if need be. He does it all. I like Taysom Hill. Should have just made him the starting quarterback, to be honest. Running back is still Alvin Kamara. Jamal Williams on the second. Kendre Miller, and then Dwayne Washington on the fourth. Wide receiver Chris Olave. I'm expecting great things for him. Hopefully him and Derek Carr can link up a lot. Followed by Traquan Smith, Keith Kirkwood, and then Lynn Bowden Jr. Michael Thomas. This man has made more money sitting on the bench than anybody I know. Guaranteed money. His agent is just probably one of the best in the league. I mean, I don't remember the last time this guy played football. I think the last time he played was when Drew Brees threw a ball to him. Absolutely crazy. Followed by A.T. Perry, Brian Edwards, and then Kirk Merritt. Next up is going to be Rashid Shaheed, James Washington, Kiki Kuti, and Kawan Baker. Tight end is going to be Juwan Johnson, Foster Moreau, Taysom Hill, Jimmy Graham, who is now back. Y'all remember Jimmy Graham, right? Jimmy Graham was a beast back in his day. Listen, if you don't remember Jimmy Graham, I do definitely hope to see him because I'm sure he may still have something left in the tank. Shout out to you, Jacqueline. What up, yo? Next up is going to be Adam Princess for your fullback, Trevor Penning for left tackle. Left guard is going to be Adris Pete. Center, Eric McCoy. Cesar Ruiz on your right guard. Right tackle is Ryan Ramsick. As for your defense, Cameron Jordan. That name should ring a bell. Nathan Shepard, Kalen Saunders, Carl Granderson, Pete Werner, Demario Davis, Zach Bond, Paulson Adebo, Tyrann Mathieu, Marcus May, and Marshawn Lattimore. Listen, I don't think I've really had too many issues with the Saints defense. We know what Cameron Jordan can do. We know what Marshawn Lattimore can do. You know, it's been just whether or not this offense can score enough to compete. Right now, it's a scorer's league. It's not really too much of a defensive league anymore. So you got to score. Getting into the special teams, Will Lutz, still your kicker. Blake Gillipin, Rashid Shaheed for your punt return and kick return. and then Zach Wood is your long snapper. All right, let's get into the schedule. The 2023 Saints schedule. Shout out to Richard, says the only Saint having a good season is their former coach at Denver. Shout out to Sean Payton, says he's living it up in Denver right now. All right, here we go. Regular season. Week 1 is going to be your Tennessee Titans. Shout out to you, Tactical. Next up is going to be the Panthers, followed by Green Bay, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, New England Patriots, Houston Texans, Jacksonville Jaguars, Indianapolis Colts, Chicago Bears, shout out to you, Immortal, Minnesota Vikings. Their bye week is week 11, followed up by the Falcons, the Lions, Panthers, Giants, Rams, Buccaneers, and then Falcons. As for preseason, they're going to start off with Kansas City Chiefs on the 13th, followed by the Chargers, and then the Texans. All right, so week 1. And I'm not here to just make you happy, Tactical. He's like, he better say that the Titans are going to win or we're going to have an issue. No, to be honest, you've got a veteran quarterback versus, the up-and-coming star. So I think this will be a good one. I'm on the fence. I'm going to go ahead and say 50-50 on that. I'm going to give them week 2. I just don't know too much in regards how Carolina's going to do with this 5'10" quarterback in Bryce Young. I'm just being honest. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys see Andy Dalton for this game. I'm just saying. It's going to be a Monday night game, even though it's at 7:15. We know real Monday night games start at 8, but hey, 7:15 Monday night, week 2. I'm going to go ahead and give the edge to the Saints on that one. Green Bay, you're going to have Jordan Love against these Saints and company. I'm going to go ahead and go Green Bay on this one. Buccaneers, I don't think Baker Mayfield's going to do anything, and we'll see Kyle Trask eventually. I'm going to give the Saints this one. New England, I'm at a 50-50 here, stalemate. I'm going to have to go ahead and give the edge, though, to the Saints because I think they have that defense that's going to work out for them against that New England offense. The Texans, I'll give the Saints this one. Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm going to give the edge to the Jags. The Colts, sorry, Lutza. I know how you feel about those Colts. I'm going to have to give the Saints this one. The Bears, I'm going to have to go with the Bears, Immortal. I know you're waiting to hear that one. I know you're excited I'm saying that, but I'm saying it for multiple reasons. I do think this will be a test of Mr. Justin Fields with that defense because they're not going to let him run as much. So, yeah, he's going to have to throw that ball if they're going to win, but I will give them the edge for that one. Minnesota Vikings, I'm going to go Minnesota here. I think it'll be a high-scoring game, but I will go Minnesota. They'll get into their bye week. I'm going to give them at Atlanta. I'll give the Saints edge on that one. I like Jared Goff for week 13, so I'm going with the Lions. The rematch against the Panthers, I'll give it to the Saints. Danny Dimes and company, after Saquon's signed his franchise tag now, he's all done. He took less money after he bickered and argued about getting more money. It's normally what happens when you don't take what they're going to give you. You could have got more, but you end up taking less because you try to play hardball. But hey, either way, it's all set up and done. So Giants are ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and go the Giants on this one. Rams, Matthew Stafford and company. I don't know yet. I got to see how week 1 through week 5 looks. But I may just give this one to the Saints. And then, of course, I'll give Saints Tampa Bay again, and then the Falcons, and they will close the season out for 2023. Will they make a run for the playoffs? I don't think so. Shout out to Griffin, says the Lions are probably going to be 8-5. I do think the Lions will make a playoff run. Shout out to Jonas in the building. What's up, man? Says Titans could go 11-6, or if they lose players, they go as bad as 8-9. I agree with you, Jonas, but there's got to be a lot to happen for those Titans. That is for sure. Richard says Mayfield lights it up. Yo, when's the last time someone said that? Tell me what game is the last time someone said Baker Mayfield was lighting it up? I mean, I'll give you the one game with the Rams when they won by like 51 points or something like that, but that was like one game. One game. Richard says Saints home for Christmas. Yeah. No, they're not. They're at the Rams. Yeah, they're at the Rams. So. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that is your Saints for the night. Obviously, if you guys want to, chop it up, we can get into something else, or we can go back to this poll. 31 votes. Are aliens real? 61% of you guys says yes. Hey, the truth. What do they say? The truth is out there. I gotta find the what is it, that X-Files theme? I want to play it, but then I don't. I'll probably get hit for like copyright if I play it. Shout out to you, Duke. What up, man? What's going on with you? Jonah says, as long as Tannehill and King Henry stay healthy, I think they can go 11-6 with D-Hop added. That gives more chances for Burke. I agree. My man Jonas always coming through with the good analysis. Jeff King, sun shines on every dog's. Yeah, every once in a while. It does. Listen, I know for like, I'll say 70% of my predictions, 30% of this is going to go absolutely against what I'm saying. And then we'll obviously reconvene and we'll recap and we'll go over it again as the weeks go by. But you guys know. I've been doing this long enough to have some kind of idea as far as, how the season's going to go. So, yeah. Shout out to Jonas. His Lions have to go more than 8-5. There's 17 games. That's only, what do you say, Thursday? I can't see. Why is this heart thing, like, in the way now? I can't fully, okay, 13. I can't read, like, full comments. Is that for you guys, too? Do you guys have that heart thing there, or is it just me? Like, I want to move it. I don't like that it's, like, there. It, like, blocks a comment. And I have to, like, wait for somebody else to type so I can see what it is. Shout out to you guys. Let me know. Unless you're on mobile. If you're on mobile, you probably don't, see it. Shout out to Richard. Says, nice show, Jay. It's going to be a great year of blessings. Man, shout out to you, Richard. Hit me up on Messenger. We haven't talked in a while. So hit me up, we gotta chop it up. Duke says, yeah, it's annoying. Richard Hart in the way. Yeah, we don't I don't know why YouTube does stuff like that. Like they do stuff like that and then they don't first off, they don't say anything about it. It was just there. Like I started streaming one day and I was like, why is there a heart there? And, like, I guess it's cool because people hit it and, it shows engagement. But it's, like, in the way. Why do we have something like that that's in the way of the comments? It's kind of weird. Joe says I'm on mobile? Okay. Yeah, I guess it's, like, whether desktop or mobile, it's just there. So, I don't know. Hopefully they fix it or give you an option to change it or something like that because it's weird. It's definitely weird. But yeah. So as someone hits it. Shout out to you guys. What do we have for likes? We got 15 now. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs up. We need two more. We need 2 more likes, 2 more thumbs up to get to 20. So make sure you guys smash that thumbs up. It is much, much appreciated. I do thank you all for the support. Shout out to Griffin says, what about the Falcons? We did the Falcons 6-7 days ago, I think. Yeah, we just gotta, go search for it. It's there. Nice little recap of the Falcons. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more days left of this. And in those 5 days, we have the Seahawks tomorrow, Steelers on the 28th, Texans on the 29th, Titans on the 30th, and then we'll have the Vikings and the 49ers on the 31st, and that will close out all 32 teams in 31 days. Craziness. We did it, though. Well, we're doing it. We're almost ready for the season. Shout out to Jonas. I think there's going to be a few new teams in the playoffs and a lot of shockers that don't make it. Yeah. You know, we don't know how the coin's really going to flip when it comes to these games, right? We can always speculate and give our projections. We kind of have an idea as far as, you know, what we would expect to happen. But at the end of the day, you know, someone gets injured, someone throws an errant pass, he gets picked. There's so many different things that can happen in these games that changes everything. So, you know, do we really know? No. But it's all fun. Shout out to you, Ronald. Says, Jay, I won't be here on the 29th. All right, Ronald. I'm assuming you're traveling or something, so be safe out there, and I'll obviously see you when you get back. Also, next Thursday, that's going to be our first game back. Preseason Hall of Fame game. That's going to be the Browns and the Jets. Let me confirm. I'm pretty sure. I looked at it earlier, but you guys know I like being accurate. Yeah, there we go. Browns and the Jets. So that's going to be next Thursday. Make sure you guys lock it in. It's going to be a great time. We will be back to streaming. And I think we're doing 3 games a week. I think, 3 or 4 games a week. So we'll be back almost to normal. And then we'll get through preseason and then regular season. But football is officially back, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope you guys are ready. Because I am. I'm ready to go. Shout out to each and every one of you. All right, so that's going to be it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, shout out to the Wrench Gang. Shout out to the family, all the listeners, all the supporters. I want to thank each and every one of you for the Super Chat donations and supporting me in the channel. And I will see you all tomorrow. Shout out to Mike Yoder. Says, Jets in the house. What's up, man? I see you, bro. Yeah, it's going to be a good game. I'm excited for it. And even though it's preseason, you guys know we need some football. We need to get back. We need to get back. Lutza says I need to get more coffee in the house. Yeah, you gotta get you some coffee, Lutza. Mike Yoder says Bills lose. Don't come with that negativity in here, man. Don't do that, my friend. Do not do that. Shout out to you, Ronald. Much love, man. Much love. Duke says, Jay, have you heard of Project Blue Beam? I think there was something said about it, but I haven't really read into it. So I'll definitely check into that. I remember hearing that phrase before, but I have not read into it, so I will. I'll check it out. Thanks for putting me on point. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm up out of here. Have a good night.